Hello friends, welcome to this special video lecture. My today's topic for lecture would be RBI as Banker of Banks. I, on behalf of Guru KPO, welcomes you in this special lecture. As you may be seeing in the notice board, topic is Reserve Bank as Banker of Banks. As individuals, organizations have their accounts in banks for different purposes, different types of accounts. Banks are also having their account with Reserve Bank of India. The type 1 account which is being opened by banks in Reserve Bank of India is for maintaining CRR. I would like to make it very clear that CRR is full form is cash reserve ratio. All banks are required to maintain CRR with reference to their total time and demand liabilities. For this purpose, banks are maintaining a register in which total time and demand liabilities are recorded each day, and the CRR at the rate of 4% is required to be deposited with Reserve Bank of India. On this special deposit account with Reserve Bank does not pay any interest, or we can call it is an interest-free account with Reserve Bank of many banks in India. Now, the second type of account which is opened by banks with Reserve Bank of India is for settlement of interbank obligations. Interbank obligations, the first one is, you might have heard the name of clearing house. Clearing house is a house where checks are settled. This entire clearing house process is completed in 2 sittings, one at around 11 and another at around 3. And this process is completed by carrying checks which have been deposited by the customers to the bank, and the second sitting, checks are cleared and the banker comes to the bank, and finally settlement of checks, payment and debit and credit is settled in the bank account of Reserve Bank of India. All member banks have to ensure that they have a special dedicated clearing account with the Reserve Bank of India. The second one is, you might have heard the name of RTGS, which is most common these days. RTGS is full form is real-time gross system. Now, money transfer and collection of high-value checks is done through real-time gross system, and in this system, Reserve Bank also plays an important role. Reserve Bank, these transactions are completed through Reserve Bank of India. Message goes from one bank to another to Reserve Bank of India, and after that, amount is credited within 2 hours in both the accounts, that is the account from which money has gone and the account in which the money has come. Now, third type of account is also known as account for money transfer. Banks are remitting money from one bank to another, from one country to another. So this account is also opened with the Reserve Bank of India for facilitating transfer of money from one bank to another. Another important function of Reserve Bank in relation to banks is that Reserve Bank accepts surplus of banks at reverse repo rate, which is presently 6.5%. I would like to make it very clear. Surplus means whenever a bank is having surplus money, which is available there, which otherwise the bank would have kept in its chest, banks are free to deposit the same surplus with the Reserve Bank of India, and Reserve Bank of India pays interest on that surplus money deposited with the Reserve Bank at the rate of 6.5%. It is a very important facility for banks, and they get a very good avenue to deposit their surplus money at this attractive rate of 6.5%. Another feature of banks, Reserve Bank's role as Banker's Bank is, whenever a bank needs money, there may be many reasons for which a bank needs money. So Reserve Bank provides loan to banks at repo rate, which is presently at 7.5%. Repo rate is a rate at which Reserve Bank of India, in case of need, provides short-term loans to commercial banks. These repo and reverse repo rates are often changed by Reserve Bank of India in their quarterly or mid-quarterly review, being announced on the basis of the review of the entire economy. These 2 rates are known as basic rates and are often changed. Presently, these rates are 6.5 and 7.5%. Another feature of this relationship is Reserve Bank provides remittance facilities to banks and government. Even government is have an account in bank. So it may be bank or it may be a government. Reserve Bank provides facility as banker of banks that banks are free to remit. Government departments are free to remit money from one place to another. The last is, you might have heard this word, Reserve Bank of India is the lender of last resort. Lastly, if money is not available from any source, Reserve Bank comes to the picture and says, all right, you come to me, I would provide you money. So Reserve Bank, whenever there is a need arises, is always prepared to lend money to banks and other organizations. So that is why it is known as lender of last resort. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For further details, kindly log on to our website www.gurukpo.com.